and welcome to my YouTube. I thank you for all the subscribing and all the fun YouTubes in which we have gone through. We're almost at our totem pole, like Leonardo da Vinci and his totem poles of images. And I have a huge surprise for you, huge. It is so magnificent. It is the birth of a child, the birth of a child that is within, growing. It is there. It is a fact. It cannot be disputed. It is within the secrets of the Mona Lisa in the Discovery Channel. And I'm going to show you the
elaborate ties at the top of an earlier sleeve are clearly visible. There's even a suggestion that she once held a blanket in her lap. Is this the portrait of Lisa I've been looking for? So throughout my journey, I thought...
And I'm going to show you that those images are the same that are in my woman. Now, let me show you how the face is. And you can screen shoot any time you wish. But here we go. This doggy so happens to be a sketching of Leonardo da Vinci. It is originally tan with black. And then when you pull the colors to find his hidden works, you'll find that this image right here, and I'll zoom for you, is the same image as right here. Now I'm going to put those together for you. I'm going to zoom, and then I got to try to remember to pull it back. I got so much on my mind because there's so much I need to show you. Here we go. You see those two? Those are not fabricated. Those are facts. I could even make a YouTube and draw them out for you, to where I will pull them out, Photoshop, tell you where to go to get this download, and you can do it on Photoshop yourself. And you're going to see that image pull up for you. It pulled up for me, it'll pull up for you if I had to go through the process and walk you through it. These are absolutely facts. Okay, let me pull it back before I forget. I've gotten a lot on that. So, now, the image that's going to be, that is in my woman's eye, is about the size of Lincoln's hair. The top of his hair, not the back. Take a penny out of your pocket and look at the Lincoln penny, and at Lincoln's head, the hair up on top, not the side where you brush down, that size here, like a toupee would go, is how big my woman's eye is. Now, I had my painting shot with 100 megapixel phase 1 camera. Now, I'm going to ask you to subscribe just before we go anyway. But when we go into about 4 or 5 minutes, YouTube allows. I think we're getting there. So remember to subscribe for me. It would be appreciated. And pass it on to your friends. But now, in the eye of the MIDION, which I've broken the codes in the Mona Lisa also. You need to follow my YouTubes. There is well over 900 of them. In the eye, you'll see this image right here, right there. What is this image? Oh boy. This image, when you screen shoot this, you're going to see a cat and all these guys and characters, no matter which way you turn it around on your phone, that these are portraits and flying machines and cartoons and unbelievable mass of art that makes your heart pump. Why? Well, it's just like the Olympics. We always look for the best. Now, in the Discovery Channel, this image that they have analyzed to be similar in the sense of chemicals. They're
Elaborate ties at the top of an earlier sleeve are clearly visible. There's even a suggestion that she once held a blanket in her lap. Is this the portrait of Lisa I've been looking for?
chemicals. They're going for a chemical analysis. They are not 100% to where I've gotten into identical. But I want to let you know that within these images that they pulled for the layers of the paint in the Mona Lisa, he's got an eye and an eye and a nose and a face, and he's got these guys here, guys here, guys here. He's got another face right here. He continues. Here's another body of a chemical. These are layers that they pulled, that they were checking chemical tests, and they have overlooked that those are his art within those cut layers. For example, when you end up with a petrified fish, okay, or dinosaur, or as such, they cut the stone, they cut the image, and you can see the petrified remains. Well, how are you going to get rid of his artwork when you cut it and see it? It's still going to be there, but in a different cut angle. Understand? So I just want to let you know that he has the similarity of the same works that is in the micro image that you cannot see with the human eye, and it is absolutely extremely close. I would do more analyzing. The odds of me coming up with the exact one is worse than a needle in a haystack. But let me also show you, please, that this image is the same, a different cut, but not to match what I was telling you. That looks like a man's face that's in the layers of the chemicals that they're examining. This is a faded off area with a hair and an eye and a mouth, a body being built. And this is an eye and a nose and a mouth, and it continues. And then there's a body laying in here, and it continues. You can screen shoot this and you'll be okay, but it's very, very blurry. And the reason they blur this stuff is they don't want you to find it at a flea market or a garage sale or at home. And I'm going to jump to the highlight right now that you will see that's in the Mona that they have missed. So when you are looking at the Mona, this is the beginning of the turn of the blanket. She's got a hold of the blanket. Now, this blanket is the same as what I showed you. It is right here, again, in here. That is the blanket in which we're talking about. Now, you have to understand, the Mona Lisa fits in my painting all over, but she also fits in the middle. So when you reduce this and you get her in the right position, the blanket fits. See? And I just did that. I wasn't even going to do that, but I'm giving you extra. I have worked extremely hard for you. I would appreciate you subscribing. I would love to have you subscribe. I have this wonderful, wonderful editor that is so good to try to help me out. She gives me so much confidence because you guys scare me. I just work. I need you guys. Because this is a passion of mine. Okay, so if you take a look at his hidden works, Not only does he have a hidden blanket in here, he puts a kitty with the whiskers and another face, and he continues. And you screen shoot this, you're going to find tons of images. Where's the baby? Do you see the baby? Okay, let me show you the baby. As you can see, I'm going to show you what area. It is here with the feather of the hat, and her body. Okay? Feather of the hat, her body, and the heart. Now, if you look off to the left, and I'm going to pull this over, that is a stork. That's the stork's head. I blew it up, and that's what it comes out to be. That's the stork's head. Okay, he's looking over here in her belly. And what's in her belly? A baby. Here's a baby turned sideways. An eye, here's his head. Watch. Here's the baby. Blown up on her belly. Okay. Let me show you the baby. And it is absolutely magnificent. Screen shoot it. An eye, a nose. It's right here, like sucking on a little baby sucking thing. And here's the head. Now, that area I'm going to zoom for you. Now, I have other pictures that are better, I do believe. Hang on. I hope that's good. Now, I'm going to draw it around for you. Okay. Yeah, do you see where I'm talking? There's the baby with the Mona. Now, let me give you the area where the baby would be. It would be here. Why? Ask Leo. But I do believe it was the setting, and the baby's probably everywhere, probably in between her arms and everything, but this is one of the areas I was able to find. Leo never seems to not stop in the sense of copying. So I'm sure, to my best knowledge, that he's going to continue. Now with this, here's a baby turned sideways. An eye, here's his head. Watch. Here's the baby. Blown up. A different look of the works. See how the baby is aiming with the eyes up? Now the eyes are turned. Leonardo da Vinci makes his images of his art, of his works. I want you to know, where would this image be? The image would be right here. The image would be right here in the Mona. Why? Again, it's because Leonardo da Vinci wished it that way, and I'm sure that baby is everywhere. He's a copy machine. So I'm hoping that I didn't screw this up for you a little bit. I got to draw back, so I will continue with to where she can fill in on my mistakes. That's what she's hired for. She's an artist. There's artists in many fields. You can be a model, and you can be a laborer of any sort, as long as you're just trying to do your best and you excel. And she is smart. Okay, now again, the image in which we're talking about are turned. don't know if you can see it, but I'm going to show you. The baby here is looking this way. The baby here is looking this way.
A baby. Here's a baby turned sideways. An eye, here's his head. Watch. Here's the baby. Blown up.
Now, sorry, microphone getting heavy. I'm trying to get it to where you don't hate my voice. So the baby's eyes are here and here, but also shows it to turn. That's why the Mona Lisa follows you across the room. So, with that in mind, I want to show you another image. But beforehand, let me see if I can show you. Here's an eye, here's an eye, and here's an eye. As you can see. There's the mouth, right there. Okay, and so the baby's here, and here's the mouth again. So he makes the baby turn. That's Leo. Okay, he's an artist. Obviously, he's an artist. Okay, so with that in mind, that's kind of funny. Okay, with that in mind, we already know. Here's a baby in the Mona Lisa, hidden in the secrets of the Mona Lisa in the Discovery Channel 47.34. Now here's another image. It is of, again, the same, but it is a different shot. So you see the clarity of the frame shots that you have to spend time cutting and opening what they videoed in for me to show to you the secrets of the secret of the Mona Lisa in the Discovery Channel. Now, I didn't put them there, okay? So I've been honest about my works 100%. So this is the biggest find out there. A baby funding. Now look at how that baby shows up. You see how well that baby shows up? You can't tell me that's not a baby.
Here's a baby turned sideways. An eye, here's his head. Watch. Here's the baby. Blown up.
That's not a baby. If you do tell me it's not a baby, don't subscribe, okay? Because it's absurd. That is one that is there, and all moms and dads know what a baby is, and even brothers and sisters. So, here's another image in which the baby's in. You see how blurry it is? So what I'm telling you, what you see through the frame is going to change on you. So it shows a love of two people face to face. It changes. And it also turns into a baby and an eye. So with that in mind, you have to understand he integrates the ages, he integrates the love, and he integrates his art, and he integrates his stylist. And I'm only a regular person as well as you. Don't shoot the messenger what I show you, because that is Leo's work, not mine, and I only found this work. I've only let you know what he has hidden. So I'm going to show you the video, and I got it set here, and it's going to play. As you can see, the image images, but faces start to grow. As you see, the face starts to fade, but here's an eye, a nose, and a mouth. Others start to grow. Another body in between her fingers. In layers of Leonardo da Vinci's works, each time in distance and layers that they cut and through, is totally different portraits. They're that well hidden. Imagine yourself having yourself a telephone directory with millions of numbers and names. And each one of those pages, when you take that black and white image and you change it like the dog that shows my man's face, you're going to get these images in a sense. I'm just giving the section that we're talking. So here is before the transform to where it's visible. Then it tells you, boom, it switches to it after that scene, and you can see how the kitty comes and how you get an outside image. So you freeze it, and you'll see his other little characters and guys and girls and dogs and all kinds of little cartoons. You can screen shoot any of this works, and you're going to see there's no way I fabricated it. Then it gets blurred. My opinion is, if you take a look at the man's face turns blur. This image back here turns blur. This turns blur. I do believe they deliberately try to hide the content of the images in which they were showing. Not sure, but that's a good possibility because they've been trying to conceal a lot of the Mona Lisa's works. Now, here we go again. Boom! Now they're going to show you the image that so happens to be growing to be the blanket, how it's turning green. They're telling you. As you can see in the corner, the eye and the mouth. Let me zoom. You see the baby? See, I'm not able to give you the dots, the eyes, eye, nose, mouth. I'll let you screen shoot. Now, with that factor, don't forget to subscribe. We need you. We need the hours too, please. We've worked super hard for you. I hope you give us your heart on this. I'm giving you mine. Please. You're losing the images, but faces start to grow. As you see, the face starts to fade, but here's an eye, a nose, and a mouth. Others start to grow. Another body in between her fingers. In layers of Leonardo da Vinci's works, each time in distance and layers that they cut and through, is totally different portraits. They're that well hidden. Imagine yourself having yourself a telephone directory with millions of numbers and names. And each one of those pages, when you take that black and white image and you change it like the dog that shows my man's face, you're going to get these images in a sense. I'm just giving you that example. So these are a breakthrough. So I want to just show you my findings. But it's a big one. It is a big finding. So is a lot of things in life. Marriage, children, God, and a Leonardo da Vinci painting. We all know about the Mona.
And you've heard of me claiming and telling you that he is the Jesus Christ. And here's Jesus Christ. But you have to understand something. When it comes to an artist and imagination, you're not going to get any more wilder than Leonardo da Vinci. We already know he's done The Last Supper. But he's also done many others. He's done, I get to name it, and it's called Midion. If you look at the man, they're the same. Just stick this mustache on him and the hat, and they're the same. Take it off, and it is the same. Now the woman has a slight variation, very slight, but she's younger and thinner, and the Mona is younger and tubbier. Sure, it doesn't matter. A stylist of an artist tells what his interpretation of the individual thing, love, purity, apple, orange, they're the same. He integrates an apple to an orange or into a banana or to some grapes. And when you're looking at it, you see it all mixed in those variety colors, and you try to look up that fruit. Well, the fruit of Leonardo was the Mona, the Jesus Christ, Mary Magdalene, Madonna, and this Katharina, Melzi Francesca, Sali, Leonardo da Vinci. Okay, it has, like I said, Mary Magdalene, it has Madonna, and she is being proposed by Jesus Christ. In my YouTubes, he is having a ring in his hand while he's proposing. But to get to the highlight of this, you're going to have to watch the whole video to be blown away. Or you can just zip to the end, don't subscribe, don't care about my learning for individuals, and think that I cheated and altered and put all these images into 1,000 YouTubes and then stamp me insane. Well, you could do all that, but you're not going to stamp me insane. You're going to probably stamp me like Leonardo, insanely in love with the works of life, of love, of beauty, and understanding, and talent, and trickery that he has done in codes. And they're in my YouTubes. And it's under me, Dion Passion, and then you'll see the links down below. But let me just continue here before we get to the highlight, okay? I'm going to show you some of his works, and it'll go pretty quick before we get there, so just hang on to your shoelaces. Now this image is above my man's head. It is called by me The Man Skiing on a Lightning Rod to Gumby. And again, there is writing within this, and there's paint of portraits within this. And this lightning rod is 20 times smaller than a hair. And this image itself, as big as you see it, cannot be seen with the human eye, nor this, nor all of this. And the writing across here comes out to be songs and words that he is playing and doing art and singing and enjoying life and doing cartoons. And each degree, each half a degree, the 360 degrees, changes the whole painting 100%. So we're going to just, that's in my YouTubes. This is an X-ray that is in there. It's very large but buried. in his works. It is the Mona Lisa. As you can see her style, just like a shadow that you would see of your own and knowing it was you. Unless you're afraid of your own shadow, but some people are. It's a scary world. So, now this is another image. We have this in one of mine. This is my man's face. This is my man's face. It is in the doggy one, which is running now, which is May 4th. So look out for the doggy one. And the doggy and the teacher. Anyway. And got the duck one too. But let me just show you. Now, this is in his hidden works, and it tells you all about it. Now, who would do something crazy? This is his signature. As a little boy here, here's it spells out L, and it spells out Leonardo da Vinci Sir Pierre with his tuning fork. This is absolutely a magnificent piece. And again, the stars that go around everything is playing music and writing. But if you see all these little dots, when you zoom in, these are portraits and people that have just blurred because of the pixels. This was shot with a 100 megapixel phase 1 camera. You cannot, okay, you cannot go deeper in this unless you can go to Warner Brothers and borrow their 250. I don't have that capability. Now here's something crazy, and this is shouldn't. Then we'll get to the main meaning of why you're here. But this is, okay, this is a lamb, as you see. And in the lamb, down below, there is Mary and Joseph. Mary and Joseph, and then there's Jesus in the middle. You barely see. And then when you look, you can only see pretty much one disciple. And he's bending down. He's right there. There he is. See him? Okay, I got the other two are very, very hard, even for me, but they're there. I hate to say this, trust me, I sell used cars. It's really not that funny because it scares people, but I don't sell used cars. So anyway, now here comes the boom, 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 boom. Again, I'm not going to leave a comment. I'm not going to leave a comment because out of the comment might have some kind of controversy, but this is going to get tricky. Okay, this is my painting. As you can see, I'm going to show you what area. It is here with the feather of the hat, and her body. Okay? Feather of the hat, her body, and the heart. Now, if you look off to the left, and I'm going to pull this over, that is a stork. That's the stork's head. I blew it up, and that's what it comes out to be. That's the stork's head. Okay, he's looking over here in her belly. And what's in her belly? A baby. Here's a baby turned sideways. An eye, here's his head. Watch. Here's the baby. Blown up on her belly. Now, don't take it wrong. I was wondering, married out of wedlock. Yeah, could be. Jesus Christ proposing to his stylist of many different women, including Madonna and Magdalene and his mother and all his other lovers. Yep. Probably so. But it could also be the imagination of our dreams and fantasy, like he wanted to fly. My dad loved to fly. God rest his soul. But what is very neat about it is that he has these images of love throughout of what he desires to do to her, to make her happy. And my belief is strongly is that he wants her to be the woman to bear his children. So he puts in his imagination. Now remember, or his dreams. Remember, Jesus and his mother was well, we all know how Jesus was born. Okay, there was not an imagination, but there was a spiritual love that put it through. And maybe that's where the religion and the baby and the spiritual thoughts of his dreams, of making the woman of his dreams reality, if he could. And he put it in a painting. Now remember what the painting is. It's a Midion painting. And I hope that I try to describe it without hurting anybody or messing the wrong words. And my apology completely 100% if I stepped out of bounds. Everybody lets their imagination go into other theories, and there could be 1,000 other reasons. Thousands. And with Leo, 99.999999999 to a million is most likely there's that many reasons of his reasons. And with that, I got to say, huge heart, huge thoughts, and I wish you have a good finger to hit the subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up, social distance, wash your hands, wear a mask, tell a friend. I want to be your friend. Don't want to hurt no one, but I'm finding some great finds. I'm learning a lot about it. Maybe in a year, maybe tomorrow, I'll know his meanings. But today, this is it. This is what he has put before us, and we'll have to work with what we see, and we'll keep a question mark on today's findings, okay? And you know, anything can go many different ways, but you cannot stop love. You cannot stop love. And he loved to paint, he loved to do art, and he loved the Mona Lisa. And he was part of the Mona Lisa along with his other loves. He's the stylist, and he put it together. And with that, please again, subscribe. And with that, may God bless the whole world, the whole universe, the whole heavens. And you have a safe life. Pass it on to a friend and help your new friend. I'm Alan Cook. I say good night. And God bless again. Amen. Here's the heart in the dress, as you can see. Watch. See the heart? Okay. And look at the heart that's in the chest. Right here. Okay. Watch this. Now, look at the lovebirds. See how he hides his work in her hands? That's a beak. And you've got a lovebird that's sitting up on top. Okay, we're talking about lovebirds, right? That's why you're here. Look at the lovebirds. See how he hides his work in her hands? That's a beak. And you've got a lovebird that's sitting up on top. Okay, we're talking about lovebirds now, right? But That's not why you're here. It's over the hands, because the hands don't lie. Speak to the hand, and I'm going to show you. This is her hand. Now, what happens when you end up with a image that you see of a masterpiece, and you see a hand like this? You go, he can't do. He's not a great artist. No way. Well, Leo is a great artist. He wanted this painting to pass these artists. He's laughing all the way to the bank. Okay, because that's what he is. Remember, number one rule: can't do hands. You're not good. Well, he deliberately did that because it actually comes out to be the icon also for the skull in many different ways. But let me put these two off to the side and give you the grand prize. Grand prize. You see, this is the hand of the Mona Lisa. And what it has, as you can see, is the fingers that run on down. And then this is the hand that's behind it that I have preset. That so happens to be of the Medion. Now watch the thumb match 100% in the fingers, and then you can follow the stars in the circumference of the bent finger. Bam! See that? Bam! Huh? There you go. That's him. Now watch. You can see how this curves and goes. Watch. See how it goes like this and curves? He gives you these hidden because she's moving her pinky. And I made a YouTube of she's got her little got him wrapped around her little pinky. Okay, and it's true. Look at that. Unbelievable. This guy is magnificent. Isn't that something? It doesn't show up in vice versa too well. See? It doesn't, because, you know, the darker and whatnot. But it's very, very, very cool. So, listen, there's other images that I have that's nearly 1,000 YouTubes. I thought it was 1,000, but I guess I'm being standard to be corrected by a little notification once in a while. But as you can see, here's the stars, and it runs on down. Here's the pinky, runs up, boom, goes right back, boom, and you got it right over here. Watch, see? He follows the curve and everything of her finger. Now, if you also turn around and do some research to find out if I'm lying, and I won't lie for one red penny, you'll find out that they wanted to know how come his hands, or the Mona Lisa's hands, overlapped with other fingers and he erased them. He didn't erase them. They're extra fingers that he overlaid, and he built them from many different layers. So, I mean, look at this. This is the way he is. He's a joker. See this? This is a guy and a guy above the bird, and when you go, they turn into cartoons. See? This guy is playing around with me and you and hiding his works for over 565 years. And what I got to say is, this is a magnificent hidden piece of art. It's a blessing from God, and I'm going to use my money for good causes. And when this comes about, one way or another, either by the support of YouTube helping me, and I can see if I can help others, depending upon what happens with your subscriptions. Hit the subscribe button, notification, thumbs up, social distance, wear a mask, wash your hands. I showed you also, on top of that, I've showed you the X-ray. The X-ray of the Mona, and here it is, the X-ray. Okay, she is beautiful. It is in my painting. Okay, so everybody knows what the Mona, even in the shadows, of what she looks like, and that's it. The same woman, identical cuts, identical face, and it goes here. She has this cut line V in here, and that is so happens to be that follows off into here. And so I've got that in my YouTubes. Well, on top of all that, I've also showed you the signature. Okay, we're going to get to the highlight real quick, so hang in there, please. Hang in there. Let me get rid of Mr. Doggy. I guess he's a Mr. Dog. Yeah, Mr. Doggy. Okay, and then I'm going to show you the signature that is in my painting. And it spells out Leonardo da Vinci, Sir Pierre. There it is. And it actually has a little boy sitting off to the side here. I'm going to zoom in for you. And my girl put a symbol around that also. You see the boy? Okay, how he sits? Isn't he cute? Okay, he is posing. Here's his face, his arm comes on down. He's got his legs that be in it here. So that's him. And he so happens to be posing next to showing off his signature that you cannot see with the human eye. And he's a cartoonist. Now don't forget, he's playing music, he's signing his name, and he's building a portrait, all you can ever see with the human eye. Now who could do that? Come on. I can't. I can't even draw a straight line. You've seen some of my straight lines, and I'm doing my best. Now, we're going to get right to the other. Here's the highlight of the day. We're going to zip these over here, and I'm going to bring up the image that's hiding over here. And this so happens to be at a 700. I got to open this up at 700, but before I open this up at 700, you're going to know that it is what it is. It's very difficult to see, I know, because it's lighter, but it had to be transformed for you to see. So here we go, of this one and this one. Okay, so the younger Mona Lisa is going to go at a level of, oh, I got it marked here. Forgive me. He goes at 770. So we're going to mark that at 770 of the, whoops, of the percentage of draw. 770%. Okay, and then we're going to go with this particular one in a moment. I want to show you what it is. So we're going to go like this. Whoops. Oh boy, it gets a little wild, huh? I thought it would be easier this way. Okay, so now I got to mark this 770 now. Sorry. There we go, 770. Do you see the banana? Here's, or the moon. I call it the banana, and it's also the moon. Here's an eye. Here's the point. Runs on down, comes around. My woman's going to draw a circle around it, not a circle, a banana around it for you to see, and that is a banana. Now, here comes his trick. In here, in the right eye, okay, which is obviously right here, which is difficult to see, you flip it around 180, and then you open up that eye to 700. Right there. There's 700. You see the banana? Right here. Here's the banana. Comes on down. He blends it in. Goes over to here. Comes out. Goes around. And I'm going to overlay this. Watch. This is one banana. That's the other banana. And you overlay it. Twins! 2 bananas are better than 1. Just like the duck one. Hidden in the hand. Isn't that something? Leonardo da Vinci's tricks. So what you do is you turn the hands and you change the colors so you can see what's in it. There's a lot that's in it. But not only does it have just my painting, it has many other different things. But this is the Midion, the older Mona Lisa. I thank you for all the subscribing that you've done and notification and thumbs up. Listen, here comes a couple little tricks you're going to have to understand. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button at the end of the YouTube, and also hit the notification for YouTube Kids. But if you take a look at the hand, here is the Midion, and it's been altered in colors too. But if you pay attention to this white line here and these fingers here, okay, that's what this is, the thumb and the fingers. And you overlay them. Oops, got to go vice versa. That's what happens when you get older. Okay, there it goes, 100%. And you can also see the body of the curvature that flows through here and the straight bar that goes across here. Watch. See, right through here. So what we got is that we got exactly what you're going to see. Is I'm going to do as best as I can. So you got the finger, you got the finger, you got the finger, you got the finger, you got the straight bar that goes across. Look how good I can do on straight. Woo, I'm good. And you got the curve. Okay, so look, you'll see the arm. Whoops. You'll also see the arm that runs here that matches here with the arrow that's going to run on his chest. This is one of Leonardo da Vinci's great, magnificent works. It's not, well, why? It's not, how come? It's not, who put it there? Well, it's obvious. Okay, if you take a look at his feet, I can zoom for his feet. They fit in the mountains 100%. Let me wiggle it. I'm going to wiggle his feet. Watch. See his shoe right here? I'm going to zoom more if I can. Okay, you see his shoe, how it kicks. Now I'm going to lift up. You see the bottom of his shoe? Watch. When I pull it back down, how it fits perfect in that block. Same cut angle. Because if you take a look at that cut angle right here, you'll see another one when it's lifted. And then don't forget the white is also it too. These are shades. And then if you follow, here it is again. And then here's the white, and here it is again. And here it is again. And again, because he makes it move across. Leonardo da Vinci is a magnificent, beautiful artist. And not only that, he had lovers of of friends and associates that were just so magnificent to him. So you'll see this image, and I'm going to walk it for you. So we're going for a walk. So first of all, we're going to do what Leo does. You come off the sheet, watch how things move, and get real close to the images without. And don't forget, they don't go across like a conveyor belt straight. They actually move a little, and it's going to be a little difficult for me to hit every single one, okay? So here we go. Notice how things are lining up in certain areas, okay? Between the feet, you'll just get the hand in one, how it fits in the mountain down here, perfectly in the cut angle. You know, he gives you these sign languages. You don't have to speak. You don't have to do anything. He tells you. You don't have to expound the piece. It's a hymen, and a hymen's a diva. Speak. He shows you. And if you know about his reading, here's a crown. You see this crown piece? I call Supergirl, and she's gonna have to help me out here for you to see, because this one's rough. This one's really rough. So Supergirl, try to follow me out in this sense, and you're going to see off to the side here, and I noticed because my camera's getting jammed, it looks like the body of the head of my woman. Something in which is hidden in the medium, which let's put it right here, which is the heart. As you see, the heart. You see the heart in the sand? Well, we're going to get to that, okay? It's already preset back there, but it's going to be really hard for the screen to catch it. So I'm going to be working better YouTubes and sites for it, but I just caught it, and it's got to stay in the memory. So help me out. I hope you give me a thumbs up, and here it goes. Now, if you take a look at the heart, here's the E, and here's the heart with it is actually both things. A J, it's a 7. It actually comes out to be another Mona hidden within that because of the curvature. And this looks kind of like an EF, which is also an MF, and also stands for L for Leonardo, and it spells out their names. Sali and the Mona's in here. And the way you know the Mona's in here, look at the outline here of the face. That's the way he buries it, just kind of like you looking at a tree. And when you look at the tree, you say, how come that looks like a stuffed animal on those leaves in that area, or a boat, or a bird or something, and there's no bird in there. But watch when the hands overlay into the area here, and if you pull back, oh, it got bumped a little, sorry. So when you pull back, you can see the face light up. Now watch. See how dark it is? Now I'm going to pull. There's the face, dead center. You can see the surrounding face. Now it's going to get better. Please, please, please. Let me. Okay, here's the surrounding face, and he makes it out of leaves, and then that's how he hides it. Okay, so he has the hands going into the sand of the heart, but if you take a look, there's a dog right here, and it has an eye and an eye, and there's also another dog and another dog, and then when you use the two dogs together, it becomes a bigger dog. Okay, and it continues. Now I shifted this. Now don't forget, his painting's moved. When I shifted 2 more back, it's very hard. It fits over the dog 100% in the same cut angle. Here's the nose, here's the eye, here's the eye. And when you come on down, here's the eye, here's the eye, here's the nose. And if you get smaller, there's an eye and an eye and a nose, and an eye and an eye and a bigger nose. And that's the way he is, because I have a doggy picture of him too, remember? But that's Leo. He's a cartoonist, he's a portrait, he's a movie star TV producer, but in, guess what? A painting. Now if you pull this down, you can take a look and you can see this is a face. And if you really stare at it, you'll wonder, how's that a face? Well, this kind of reminds me of an Indian with a feather. But inside you can see a little face. You can see another face right here with an eye looking up. This is an eye looking up. So there's a face and a face. And then there's another face looking at this face. And it continues. And here's a guy with a hat and a big long nose. This little doodad. So when you screenshot this, okay, screenshot it. So when you put it back up into here for the hands to match, okay, so you have this area to look at. So when you pull it back down, here you got the same rectangulish, triangulish indication. So what I need to do is to pull this with my X-ray, and also to pull it by pulling the colors to find the Mona that's in my painting. Okay? So there's already, but Leonardo da Vinci is a copy machine. 100%. And I have a ton of YouTubes to prove it. And I'm going to be working for you. What you got to do is called research. And to research these things, you keep getting bigger and bigger bites. That's how come I'm hungry. Not hungry for your subscriptions. I'm hungry for the bell. And I'm hungry for the notification. And I'm hungry for you to be my friend and to pass it on. I can use friends. Just like my Supergirl. She's becoming a pretty good friend. And with that, I want to tell you, listen, wash your hands, social distance.
Thank you, and I love you. Have a great day.